Since 1966, as a Juilliard School graduate, I have been both music teacher and concert pianist at Westchester University in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Throughout my career, I have sought ways to help myself and my students avoid the threat of serious injury while engaging in repetitive motion required when performing on the concert stage. In 1992, I added to my expertise as a student of the FM Alexander technique a total body approach to performing more safely any skill requiring repetitive motion. The Alexander technique has changed my life as both musician and piano teacher. With the Alexander technique, I have helped myself and my students improve proficiency playing the piano while reducing the threat of injury that can and has ended serious musical careers.
How long does it take to get there from your house?
I can, if I go through the alleyways, I can get there in 12 minutes. I first learned of the Alexander technique from a small pamphlet written by an Ivy League professor. Alexander discovered a certain relationship between the head, neck, and torso that can significantly increase one's overall coordination, resulting in increased efficiency. Through the Alexander technique, I have achieved a greater mechanical advantage when playing the piano. For the last 15 years, I have incorporated the Alexander technique into my teaching and performing, and I have seen students attain unprecedented leaps forward as a result of their learning to incorporate Alexander's principles into their own practice. I have been a certified teacher of the Alexander technique since 1992. Over time, I have come to see Alexander's insights as a form of visceral intelligence, one that leads me to a feeling of kinesthetic lightness when I play. When I bring my head, neck, and torso into the proper relationship, my overall coordination improves. I play better while reducing fatigue. Through the Alexander technique, I better integrate my actions with my nervous system, resulting in greater mastery over the piano when I practice and perform. Since the early 90s, I have worked to move my music students to greater awareness of their own sensations when playing, resulting in enhanced overall performance with fewer injuries. One great advantage of the Alexander technique is that it eventually becomes possible for students to apply it themselves without the need for outside support. Brush, brush, change the hand. Wouldn't catch you dead doing that, right? You'd never do that, right? Why? It feels awkward, doesn't it? So why bother with it? There's a good reason to bother with it. You begin to improve your coordination. You know, what do you think? I always play the piano this way. Sounds good. People clap. I win competitions. I get into schools, everything. Why don't you try it another way? What for? Feels good. Maybe get better. The trained Alexander student is better able to sense the onset of pain and soreness from repetitive motion and make it disappear. One way to think of the benefit of the Alexander technique is to think of a spider web with all its artful symmetry. When a fly gets caught in the web, suddenly the entire web becomes misshapen when a small part of it gets pinched. If we relieve the spot where the fly is, the entire structure resumes its natural shape. Similarly, if we learn to use our head, neck, and torso properly, we can regain natural coordination, making all of our activities easier to accomplish. That way, if there is a stressor in the way we perform at the piano, a fly pinched in our web, so to speak, we can use the Alexander technique so that the pain that might result doesn't get a chance. And, unlike turning to chiropractors, massage therapists, and acupuncturists, Alexander practitioners do not remain passive and ignorant about how to repair and ward off future onset of pain. In short, with the Alexander technique, you relieve and release your own pain on your own By bringing together expertise in both music performance and the Alexander technique, I have seen the potential for improvement skyrocket. That is my calling, my mission.